How the Taliban defeated the world's only superpower. At first glance, the comparison seems absurd, like an ant challenging an elephant. Yet, history remembers Afghanistan as the land where even the mightiest empires have come to their knees. And America was no exception. As the saying goes, like every empire before it, the United States entered Afghanistan on its own terms, but left on Afghan terms. When the US invaded Afghanistan in 2001, it was supposed to be a quick mission. Instead, it turned into America's longest war, lasting 2 decades. What's most striking isn't just how long it dragged on, but how it ended, with the world's most advanced military leaving the country in chaos, its mission unfulfilled and its image scarred. So let's go back to where it all began. The day that shook the world, September 11th, 2001. The morning of September 11th, 2001 changed everything. The shocking terrorist attacks on American soil, now known as 9/11, left nearly 3,000 people dead and the entire world in disbelief. Very quickly, the US identified Osama bin Laden and his organization Al-Qaeda as the masterminds behind the attacks. And because bin Laden was believed to be hiding in Afghanistan, Washington demanded that the Taliban government hand him and all Al-Qaeda leaders over. But the Taliban leader, Mullah Omar, refused. He asked for proof of bin Laden's involvement before taking any action. The US flatly rejected that request, and within weeks, it decided to go to war. Operation Enduring Freedom begins by October 7th, 2001. American and British fighter jets filled the skies over Kabul, Kandahar, Jalalabad, and Mazar-e Sharif. What followed was one of the most intense bombing campaigns of the 21st century. Survivors later recalled the terror, the sound of explosions so powerful that people felt their bones vibrate. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out within hours. Those who could ran. Those who couldn't hid underground, in caves, anywhere they thought bombs couldn't reach. But even the caves weren't safe. US precision strikes targeted Taliban strongholds relentlessly. One Taliban commander later said in an interview that many of his men, despite being trained and battle-hardened, were killed inside bunkers. Those who survived were left bleeding from their noses and ears due to the shockwaves. The Taliban's defenses collapsed almost overnight. Their government fell within weeks, faster than even Washington had predicted. The Taliban disappeared. Defeated and hunted, Taliban fighters fled. Some escaped into the mountains and hid in remote caves. Others crossed the Durand Line into Pakistan, blending into refugee camps or rural communities. Even senior Taliban figures like Mullah Akhundzada, Mullah Baradar, and Amir Khan Muttaqi disappeared from sight. Mullah Omar himself vanished completely. With the Taliban leadership scattered and silent, no one knew if their leaders were even alive. A new government rises. As the Taliban fled, the US quickly helped form a new government in Kabul, led by Hamid Karzai. Meanwhile, Pakistan, under General Pervez Musharraf, became a key US ally in the war on terror. This alliance made life even harder for the Taliban. Those who had sought refuge in Pakistan were now being hunted down, captured, and handed over to American forces. Even Mullah Abdul Salam Zaif, the last Taliban diplomat in Pakistan, was arrested and handed to the US despite his diplomatic status. By the end of 2001, the Taliban seemed finished. Their fighters were gone, their leaders missing, and their government erased. Some Taliban members even considered joining the new Afghan administration, believing the movement was over for good. But that was only the beginning. What the United States didn't realize was that the real war hadn't even started yet. The Taliban were wounded, but not destroyed. In the coming years, they would reorganize, rebuild, and return stronger than before. using age-old Afghan guerrilla tactics, the same strategies that defeated the British in the 1800s and the Soviets in the 1980s. They turned Afghanistan into a graveyard for yet another empire. And how they managed to do that. How a scattered insurgency outlasted and outmaneuvered the world's most powerful military is what we'll uncover in the next part of this story. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next episode in this series. And if you found this story insightful, give it a like and share it with your friends, because history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding the power of resilience.